All right, so today I am going to talk about, not feeling inspired, not feeling excited, not really having a why or a reason for doing anything, including this channel, including, really anything and any projects that I've been working on. I've been really feeling uninspired lately, but I did have a bit of a breakthrough, and I think, I don't want to say got past it, but I've had a shift in perspective that I wanted to share with you all. So recently, I would say in the past year, I've been doing a lot of shadow work and a lot of identity work. So what shadow work is doing is identifying rejected identities, and just without going into a lot of detail on that, it's become more and more clear to me how I've gotten a lot of my value from when I serve other people or create things in the world, whether it's writing or creating a channel like this or doing a project or starting a business. I've started 13 companies throughout my career, or just planning, what I want my life to be like. All of those things are creative acts, and it's really hit home in the last few months that my identity is not me, and it's like I don't need to do anything or prove anything or create anything in order to feel valuable. So you would think that would be like a wonderful thing, right? Like I'm valuable just the way that I am. And that is a wonderful thing to realize deeply. It really is true, deep self love. And it's a little bit like a death, because that identity that I had was real. It's an ego construct, but it was part of me. Like I was a person that got excited about projects. I was a person that was creative. I was a person that started things and got excited about things and felt inspired by life. And that all has kind of like died or is in process of dying. Now, I imagine those things aren't gone forever. Inspiration isn't necessarily gone forever, but I was having a really hard time the past couple of weeks. Like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, what am I going to do after I retire, for example? And it is a bit like a death. So I think there's a part of me that's like grieving the loss of that. So I actually ended up talking to my coach recently. And there's one other piece to this story I want to throw in, and that is that at the beginning of June, I went to a women's retreat, and as part of that, we did a sweat lodge, a Native American sweat lodge ceremony. And as part of that, I got a clear message from the spirit of Cedar, and that spirit merged with me and gave me a message that I need to caretake my land, that I want to caretake my land, that I was a steward of this land. And you can see there's trees all around me. This is my backyard that I'm in, and this is a forest that's just behind me that's privately owned, but it's just beautiful land. And there's a big cedar tree over here. So I got that message and I came back, and at the same time, I'm having this like, I'm not inspired thing happening, and I'm not used to that. So I'm like looking for something to inspire me. And even this YouTube channel was like, I don't know why I'm doing that. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Um, it's not particularly great fun for me to do this. It's work. Mm, how can I make it fun for me? That's a story for a different day. Anyway, um, those two things were happening at the same time. And so I talked to my coach, and we did a pretty deep coaching session. And what I realized through that, she coaches me in a very client-led way. So it was really going deep into how I connect different things. And um, what I came to was a word that is different from inspiration or excitement, and that is devotion. So what the tree is asking of me is to be devoted to nature and to be devoted to this land. And that's something that touches my heart. It touches my soul, and it doesn't require me to be excited or inspired. I can just be devoted. And it's a little bit like a reciprocal relationship now with this land. So I have a cedar tree on this land that I own, that I'm temporarily stewarding anyways for this lifetime. I plan to live here for many more years. And yeah, I've created an altar under the cedar tree, and I go and talk to it and touch it. And honestly, even on days when I don't go visit the cedar tree, I feel a connection to it. I feel it's there for me and I'm there for it. And so this is a shift. It's kind of a subtle shift, but it's also huge and giant. And I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know whether this goes into other areas of creation or projects for me. I don't know. But the other thing that's, I guess, coming up with this devotion to nature is devotion to spirit. And I'm reminded that spirit is ever patient and it doesn't require anything of us, and that it's okay to kind of be here in this unknown. And trust that the next thing that is required of me or that wants to come through me will appear. And just to be patient. All right.